Hello class, this is Jeremy. I'll be presenting on Cabelas, world's foremost outfitter. There's actually a Cabelas being built in Albuquerque and it should be open mid to late September. And I actually leave for a hunting trip Wednesday, and hunting is pretty much the only thing on my mind right now. So I figured I'd do my presentation on the biggest hunting company in the world. The majority of hunters are usually men over the age of about 30. So in order for Cabelas to grow, they need to target millennials and females for future growth. The majority of their sales is going to come from hunting equipment. Then next will be clothing and their footwear. So there's still room for growth in other areas of the industry. Cabelas is actually doing a pretty good job of targeting millennials and females. Mainly they're have a lot of ads with kids and females that we're going to see now.
It's in our stomping grounds, in our playground. It's in our heart, our soul, and our veins. It's in our sights and our commitment. It's in him. It wasn't them. And it will continue with her. It's in my nature. Is it in yours?
When I think about it, my hunt began a long time ago. Each tiny victory always brought another challenge. Even failure was another chance to start again. Every lesson I've ever learned was all for this. My hunt will never end.
So as you can see from their ads, the last one was on Instagram, and that was the only place I could find it. The first one was on YouTube, but they're making a conscious effort to target women and kids for their future growth. Cabelas is actually pushing the women segment so hard, they're actually making these women into like public figures who are having their own following. Many young women are being inspired by these Cabelas-sponsored huntresses, and in that sense they're growing the industry. Cabelas is very active in social media. It has its own YouTube channel, has a Facebook page with over 3 million followers. It airs a lot of television ads on outdoor channels, and then I've even seen them on ESPN and maybe a couple others. They still use radio advertisements, and they're very dominant when it comes to search engines. And a lot of their stores are like an experience. They have animals from all over the world. They have a big fish aquarium with big trout and bass and different things, and then different things for kids to do. So it's more than just a store. It's like a place to go and spend a day. And here's a look at Cabelas TV on YouTube. And they got tons of posts and hunting videos and different things. But they only have about 9,000 subscribers. And here's a look at their Facebook page, which they got a ad playing already. They're pretty active on Facebook, posting videos every day, whether they're commercials or not. And now we'll look at Cabelas' SEO presence. So I put in hunting calls, and you can see the first ones that pop up, organically and sponsored. We'll try some other hunting tents. And again, first ones to pop up organically and through ads. Try something else. As you can see, they don't pop up right away here. They're third on the list, even though they're a hunting and fishing store. And they're here in the ad section. Now I put in a less specialized search, just tents. And they're still second on the organic, and then they're still here in the sponsored part. And then here I put in hunting shoes, and 25% of their sales come from this, and they're not really popping up on the hot zone for searches. They're down here in about 4th place and no sponsored ads. When it comes to competition, the biggest was Bass Pro Shop, but they've had a merger recently. I don't know what stages they're in, but Bass Pro Shop bought Cabelas, so we'll see what happens with that. The second biggest one is probably going to be Sportsman's Warehouse, especially locally in Albuquerque and New Mexico, because there's already a Sportsman's Warehouse. Local and smaller companies are big in the hunting industry. When it comes to like bows or calls, usually you don't want to take your bow to the Walmart of hunting stores. And when it comes to calls, you don't want what's generic and everybody else has. So you usually seek out smaller companies like Phelps Calls or the archery shop in Albuquerque. They also have a lot of competition from the other, bigger outdoor stores like Dick's and REI, which aren't specifically orientated towards the hunting. They got a lot of other products in other industries. And then Amazon has their online competition in everything. So here's Sportsman's Warehouse's Facebook page. They only have about 100,000 people following the page. As we did the searches for hunting and fishing stuff, you could see Sportsman Warehouse rarely popped up. So when it comes to competing in internet marketing, Cabelas takes the cake. No questions. Sportsman's, and just like the others, are trying to capitalize on growing the women's segment. As you can see here, I think they got their own sponsored hunters or huntresses. But I don't believe they have the powerful ads that Cabelas uses, like the ones we saw earlier with women and kids. They can still make improvements even in their social media. Even 3 million followers, pretty good for Facebook. But like their YouTube channel only had like 9,000 subscribers. I'm a big hunter, and I didn't even know they had a YouTube channel until I did this. So getting that out there on their Facebook page and Instagram would probably be a good idea. They could advertise their free shipping to stores, so you can compete with people like Amazon, because I shop a lot at Amazon for hunting things, and simply because they got the free 2-day shipping. So if you have a Cabelas nearby, you need to let people know that they're going to have free shipping to the store, which will help compete with Amazon. They could also incorporate smaller companies' equipment. Like I was saying, the Phelps Calls or the local bow shops, they could find a way to incorporate them and advertise them on a local level. This will help them be seen like less generic and less like the Walmart of the hunting industry, and more localized. And also, they're a big fishing store too, but when it comes to like even their SEOs, the fishing doesn't have as many ads like the hunting does. When you put hunting in, their ads pop up right away. But on their fishing, it's just there, and it's kind of towards the bottom organically. And they could do more to push their fishing equipment. And half their Instagram pictures are of people fishing. So they could definitely do a better job letting people know that they have a lot more equipment for sale. And that's Cabelas Internet Marketing.